Hi everyone, Amanda Saladin here from Love Life Yarn, and today we're going to be crocheting these small flowers. I've called them carnations. That's about the closest I could think of for the type of flower that these represented to me. I've got one here and a hair clip, my hair, and I put a couple on a blanket, and then I also have a fun project coming up soon on the blog, and it is this flower right here. So you see there are other flowers that we'll be making before we get to this, and it's a fun fall project. So it's super simple, can be made with any weight yarn and any appropriately sized hook. If you're unsure of a hook size, just check the ball band on your yarn and it should recommend a hook size. So the yarn I'm using for this is Cumulus Dappled from Juniper Moon Farms and a size J hook, which you'll see in our tutorial. And then this is the Karen Cotton Cakes that I had left over from the hydrangea blanket, and I used a size H hook for those. So either one will work. Any yarn and appropriately sized hook will work for these. Let's get started. To start the small flower, we're going to chain 32. We're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. I like to work on the back. So 1, 2, second chain from the hook. Okay, insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both loops. So you work a single crochet, and then you're just going to single crochet all the way down in every chain, and you should end up with 31 single crochets. So I have my 31 single crochets here. I'm going to chain 1. We're going to work right here in this first stitch. We're going to work 3 half double crochet. So you yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. That's a half double crochet. Let's do that a total of 3 times. Chain 1 and slip stitch. And this makes our petal, okay, because it's a little petal, and that's in your first single crochet. You're going to slip stitch in the next, so we have a little bit of space in between these petals. And then again, chain 1, work 3, we're getting the next chain, work 3 half doubles, chain 1, slip stitch, and repeat. So slip stitch in the next to give us some space, and it'll start to kind of curl around, and that's okay because that's what we're going to do with it anyways. Chain 1, 3 half double, chain 1, slip stitch. So just repeat that all the way down to get this little kind of curly petal. So repeat all the way to the end, working the 3 half double crochet little petal in the last stitch. Here's my shape here. You can see it just kind of curls around in itself right now. So we're going to fasten off, leave a long tail so you can seam it up later. Clip that. All right, now I have fastened off. You're going to need your yarn needle now for this. Go ahead and thread that through. And you're just going to roll it up into a flower shape. So actually, I'm going to start on this side. I want my pink in the middle. This little bit of pink that mine is kind of come out with. I want to have like a pink center. So I'm just going to roll it to make these little petals. Pull this tail back here. And now I have the other color coming around. These yarns that change color on their own are really good for this because you see how Now it has this pink center without me having to do any color work. So, all right, I like that. I'm going to turn it to the back. And you can see where my single crochet is kind of spiraled. Oops. And I'm going to start just tacking it together. There's no real rhyme or reason to how I do this. I just kind of pull it through. Oops, not long enough. There we go. You just want to hold these in place. So you want to go through some of the layers of single crochet and catch the middle. So here's my original starting slip knot. And I'll pull it through there. And just keep doing this to hold it together. This is a super simple flower. And with this is a worsted weight yarn. This is Cumulus Dappled from Juniper Moon Farm. And I used a J hook for mine if you want to recreate it, but it really can be done with any yarn. It can be done with any, obviously if you're using a lighter weight yarn, you'd want to use a smaller hook. You don't want it to be too loose. You'll start losing that petal shape. All right, let's check that. Okay, so this is looser than I would like. So I know that I've got to come in and get this middle right here. So what I'm going to do is come up from inside. And I will tack it in like this. Now mine's a different color, so it's going to look a little different, but really it's such a very small stitch that I'm not too concerned about the color difference. And if you want, you could always make it that way on purpose. You could put a nice colorful spot in there. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make it look like I did mine on purpose and do several strands coming out from the center. So that my flower has a little center part of it here. I'll do one more. Catch this part right here too, because it looks like it's not holding as well as I'd like. So you can just play around with it, sew it together. There we go. There's my center. And it holds it together better. And you can adjust your petals however you like. Stitch together anything else that you feel might not be, like this one's not really connected. So I'm going to go and get that. So there's no real right or wrong way to stitch these. You just want to make sure that they're holding together. Now if you're going to sew it onto something, this is a great time to do it, especially if you need to use this strand of yarn. Otherwise, you would weave in your ends back here. And like with this one, I can just go in right here. It's not cooperating with me. There we go. And go through these. Oh, let's get this out of the way. And then I go back through the other way. And then one more time. And that is how I weave in my ends. So then I can cut this off. And then I would do the same thing with the pink end. And that's it. That's how you crochet this small carnation. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out love.life.yarn.com for more than 100 free patterns. Subscribe to our channel for more great video tutorials. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Be sure to check out the other great video tutorials on my channel and subscribe, as well as find 100 free patterns on love.life.yarn.com. See you next time.